Hi, today I'm going to show you how to code this campfire so that you can write your own questions, and as people answer the questions, pixels will magically appear. Here's an example to show you what I mean. This is a different design that I coded, and as people answer questions, pixels pop up one color at a time until the final design is complete. First, you want to grab this campfire design from the link in the description or create your own pixel art. And now we'll go ahead and code it. We're going to start by writing in the questions and the answers that we want. There are 10 of them. There's one that's hidden over here. To type, you just click on the box and start typing. You want to make sure that they are very straightforward questions that have one concrete answer and are not open to interpretation, because we're going to use that answer box for our code. You can also change the font and font color and other specifications of what you're typing. So please go ahead and write in all of your questions and answers. Now that I have my questions and answers, I'm going to start coding. I'm going to code the answer boxes. I'm not going to use the question boxes anymore. And I have 10 answer boxes to code. This design happens to have 10 colors. That means each box will be associated with a color. Maybe this one will activate all of the brightest yellow, this one will activate the dark brown, so on and so forth. When you are coding, this is the formula you're going to use. I suggest writing it down. It is equals $column, $row equals answer. That first part, the column row, that is you telling the computer which of these boxes you're talking about. You tell the computer the column the box is in, B, and you tell it the row, 4. This one would be column B also, 8. And I know that this box is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but you use the first row for the code. This one would be column is B, and then 12. Going back to this one, so what we would say for this is equals $B, $4. Equals answer. For the answer, you're going to write in whatever your answer to your specific question is. For me, it's 9. For this one, 16, Denver, Mercury. There is one difference in the code. If you are using a word like Denver, you have to put quotation marks around the word. For the number, you just put the number. So this is going to be equals $B, $4 equals 9. This will be equals $B, $8 equals 16. And before we code this, I want to show you also this box. The column for this box is AA. And when you click on it, it'll shade it up there to show you. This one would be equals $AA, $36 equals 4. That's how you write the code. Now we're going to start coding. I am going to open up the coding window. It's called Conditional Formatting. To do that, come up to Format. If you don't have this window, click right there. Click on Format and then come down to Conditional Formatting. That opens up the window that we will be using. You can see that it's starting a code for me associated with the box I selected. That's good because that's the box that I want to code. Now I'm going to tell the computer what color I want it to turn. I am going to do the bright yellow. I'm not sure how to find that bright yellow. I can look on here and guess, but I actually really want to know exactly what color it is. So give me a sec to go back to my campfire here. I'm going to click on the color I want and come up and let myself know where to find it. It is the third one in under custom. Now that I've done that, I need to make sure that I go back to the box I'm actually coding. I don't want to write the code for these. I want to write the code for these. It kept this up for me over here, so I'm going to go ahead and start. First, tell it what color you want it to turn. Here's that color that I was just looking for. Great. Now I'm going to write that code that we were just talking about. To do that, come down to Format Rules, Format Cells, if ... Click on this drop-down menu and go to the very last one. It's called Custom Formula Is. Click on that. This is the box where we will write that code. It is equals $column, and this one is in column B. $4, that's the row it's in, equals, and then here put whatever your answer to your question is. Mine is 9. Technically, I'm done coding that box. If someone puts a 9 in it, it'll turn yellow, and if it's blank, it'll be white. So the code works, but obviously nothing happened with the fire. So what I need to do is the third step of the coding, which is just to add in the yellows from the picture. The code exists, it works. Now I'm just going to bring the other yellows along for the ride. Here's how I do that. I have my code pulled up, come up to where it says apply to range. You can see that it already has that big yellow box in there, and I'm going to add in the rest. Click on select data range. This window will pop up. It's always in the way. Click and drag it over. Before I select these yellow pixels, I need to make sure that this 9 box is still selected, and I don't want to lose what I already clicked on. Therefore, I need to push down either the control button, if you're on a PC or a Chromebook, or push down the command button if you are on a Mac. Hold that down. It allows you to click on other pixels without losing the ones you've clicked before. Now I'm going to select all of the brightest yellow. You can also click and drag if it's a big selection. Now I've selected all of them, still holding down control. I want to show you too, if you click on one you didn't mean to, you can just click on it again and it'll take it off. Once you've selected all your yellows, and make sure that that box is still selected, if not, click on it again, take your finger off control and hit OK. I also need to come over here and hit done on this code to finalize it. And one more step that's really important. We need to come up to the paint bucket, click on it, and click reset. If you don't do that, then all those pixels will stay yellow all the time. We want to reset them so that they're blank without the code and yellow with the code. Now we're done. We're going to test it out. Everything's still selected, so you just need to click somewhere else. And let's test it. Click on the answer box, and you can see now that it identifies as being coded. Hit delete, and the colors disappear. Go back and type in your answer again, and you have to click off of it before the code will activate. There it is. Before we code our next box, we do want to delete the 9 so that we can see what we've coded and what we haven't. We want our fire to be disappearing before our eyes. Let's do our next one. Our code for this will be equals $B, but the row $8. And for me, the answer is 16. Before I open up the code, let me go ahead and choose my color. I'm going to do the lightest brown. And I can click and figure out where it's located. Second from the right in the custom line. Back to the answer box that I'm going to code. Come over here and click add another rule. Now I'm going to choose the color I want it to turn. Then I'm going to click here and write my code telling my computer the name of that box, which is B8, and the answer, which is 16 for me. Equals $B, $8 equals 16. Code is done. Now I'm going to select the colors from the campfire that I want to bring along. Click on this button, slide the window over, and push down Control or Command. Then select all the pixels that you want to include in the code. Now I'm done. I'm going to take my finger off of control, and I have to do 3 things. I have to hit OK on the range, done on the code, and come up and reset the paint bucket. To test it, click off of it, come to the 16 box and hit delete or backspace, and they disappear. Then you can test them both. Remember, you have to click off of it before the color will activate. There we go. You can see in this conditional formatting window over here that there are now codes tied to this box and that box, which is great. And then when you get down to this box, it's ready for you to write a code. First, I'm going to pick my color and make sure I can identify it. I'm going to do this medium brown now. Come up to the paint bucket to see where on earth that is. That is 3rd from the right. Okay, remember to come back to the box you're actually coding, which is, for me, it's this box. I'm going to click Add Another Rule. Pick the color I want it to be. Now I write my code, telling the box, or telling the computer, the name of the box and the answer. $B, $12 equals Denver. You'll notice that it's not brown anymore. Remember I said that if your answer is a word, you have to do something special. You just have to put quotation marks around it. That's all. Now it works. I am now going to come up and apply my range and select all of those colors. Sometimes I'll make a mistake and click wrong and everything will deselect and I have to start over. A big part of this project is just being patient. It takes a while. Take my finger off control and I do 3 things. First, I hit OK on the range. Second, I hit done on the code. Third, I reset the paint bucket. I'm going to do 2 more and then I'll put it into super speed. For Mercury, I want to do this golden yellow. 4th from the right in the custom. Okay, click on the box you're actually coding under the answer column. Click Add Another Rule. Choose the color. Write your code. Equals $B, that's the column. $16, that's the row. Equals Mercury, that's the answer. But I need to put it in quotation marks because Mercury is a word. Capitalization will not impact the code. Come up to your range and we'll add in those colors. And I like to put this somewhere where I can still kind of see this Mercury box and make sure it's still selected. I'm holding down control as I select these pixels. Take my finger off control, do my 3 steps. Hit OK, hit done on the range, reset the paint bucket. I'm now going to go out of order and do this one down here because it's not in column B, so it has a weird name. I will do the darkest brown. Let me look at that color. 5th right there. Great. Come back to the box I'm coding. There it is. Click Add Another Rule. Pick my color, and I'm going to write my code. This box, it's nice that it's selected because it's shaded up here. It's in a lot of columns, but you use the first one. So this box is called AA. Doesn't matter if I capitalize it. The row that it's in is 36. That's what this code looks like for that box if you want to write it down. And my answer to my question is 4. Now I'll click here, and I will select all of the dark brown. And you just continue like that. We're doing 1 color per question, and I like to check it every time so that if I make a mistake, I can catch it early. And there's a video over here to the right, covered at the moment, but it's called Common Mistakes with Pixel Art. And if you watch that, it can help you with 5 mistakes that people usually make when they're starting out. Take my finger off control, hit OK, done, and reset. Now I'm going to do it a little bit faster and we'll come in at the end and see how it looks. Okay, so now I have coded the rest of my answer boxes and we are going to fill them in to see how the final piece looks. There we go. There's our campfire. You can see over here on the right, as I click through these boxes, the codes popped up. So that's how you can open up a specific code if there's anything you need to add to it or work on. But for now, I'm going to close down this window and you can get this window back up like that. But I'm going to close it. Remember that this video here can help you. It's also on my channel if you want help with any mistakes. And if you want to get this campfire, click on the description below. I hope this is helpful for you and thank you for watching.